Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video tutorial for the students of third semester biochemistry. We have completed with our immunology chapter. Today we are moving to another new chapter, that is microbiology, and the syllabus is something like this. That is your unit 3rd. We have to study general organization of bacterial cells, gram-positive and gram-negative organisms, structure of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, culture media and types of culture media, sterilization and various methods of sterilization. These are the topics we are going through in this unit. So we will directly move on to bacterial cell wall. Why it is that the structural organization of the bacterial cell itself, we have already studied it in our cell biology unit, that is your unit 1st. There we have already discussed the structure of bacteria as an example of prokaryotic cells. In brief, that these prokaryotic cells are those which have a primitive nucleus. That means the genetic material is not enclosed by a nuclear membrane, and the genetic material is directly present within the cytoplasm, and it is called as nucleoid. And second, these cells have, in addition to the plasma membrane system, they have an outer thick layer which is called as the cell wall, which is also present in plant cells as well in case of eukaryotic cells. So moving on to the outer structure of bacteria, that is your bacterial cell wall. Basically it is the characteristic way to how you will differentiate two different categories of bacteria. So the cell wall, it is the outermost layer of the cell, as we have already discussed that the cell wall directly comes in contact with the environment. Say for example, if it is within a host, the host environment, it has direct contact with the cell wall itself, but not with the cell membrane of the bacteria. So there are different functions of the cell wall. Some of these functions are protection of the cell. The cell wall, outer hard layer, it acts as a protective layer for the bacterial cell, maintains the shape of the cell in variable osmotic conditions. The cell wall provides a kind of fixed structure for the cell. Again, it maintains the integrity of the cell by maintaining the osmotic balance of the cell, assists some cells in attaching to other cells and eluding antimicrobial drugs. Sometimes what happens that these bacterial cells, they can evade microbial activity. How they can evade microbial activity is that these microbial walls, they can sometimes act as attachment sites, and they bind somewhere beneath the clump of certain cells, and when we take certain kind of antibiotics, somehow in a few cases those antibiotics are unable to reach the target. So these are not present in animal cells. Why? Because it's a characteristic feature of bacterial cells. Because of the absence of these cell wall in case of animal cells, these bacteria, the cell wall of the bacteria can be taken as a target for the activity of antibiotics. So this cell wall again provides a base for the attachment of different viruses like bacteriophages, where they binds over there and they transfer their genetic material to the host, that is your bacteria. It plays an essential role in cell division, like during septa formation and grooves formation. The cell wall again, first the membrane divides and the cell wall divides, finally forming two different kinds of cells when there is asexual reproduction or the binary fission in case of bacterial cells. So it also provides certain kind of rigid surfaces for appendages which are arising out of the bacterial cell wall, like you have flagella or you have pili, and fimri. These are all, basically locomotive organs, you can say, in case of bacterial cells. These locomotive organs somehow find kind of an attachment site over their cell wall. So bacterial classification, generally we can just classify this into, depending upon the structure of cell wall. There are various ways of dividing these bacteria into various classes or groups. Now, depending upon the structure of cell wall, these bacteria can be grouped into two different categories. One is called as the gram-positive bacteria, other is called as gram-negative bacteria. The very characteristic or the basic difference between these two kind of bacteria is the presence of huge amount of peptidoglycan in case of gram-positive cells and a very thin layer of peptidoglycan in case of negative cells. Peptidoglycan layer पुदिये नुक मना खिमो चा gram positive नुक और gram negative नुक peptidoglycan layer पु मना फ्रमो चा. In addition to this, over the peptidoglycan there is again a lipopolysaccharide layer. Fine. And this is your inner side is your membrane, that is your bilipid layer, and over that you have a periplasmic space, and then you have the peptidoglycan, and finally you have the outer membrane, that is your lipopolysaccharide. So this lipopolysaccharide again a characteristic feature of gram-negative cell, and there is lack of large amount of peptidoglycan layer. It's again a feature of gram-negative cells. So whenever you have to differentiate between these two gram-positive and negative cells, first you can say that gram-positive cells have a huge amount of peptidoglycan and gram-negative cells have a little amount of peptidoglycan. Secondly, over the peptidoglycan there is a outer membrane in case of gram-negative cells, and there is no any presence of lipopolysaccharides or the outer membrane over the gram-positive cell. So these are the basic two difference between these two kinds of cells. So this is how we classify. The above one is gram-positive bacteria and the lower one is gram-negative type of bacteria. So now some of the characteristic example which we come across in day-to-day life. In case of gram-negative bacteria, you have E. coli. This E. coli, it has a presence in our gut system. So it is humans are kind of a host for these E. coli cells, and in case of gram-positive bacteria, you will find lactobacillus and mycobacterium. Mycobacterium are mostly Mycobacterium tuberculosis, a disease causing TB, and lactobacillus is again a gut, it remains in the gut of the organisms and it is present in curd. So moving on from outer layer, peptidoglycan is also known as murine because it's a polymer of sugars and amino acids, and they form a kind of a mesh or network like structure. So these sugar components are called as NAC and NAM, N-acetylglucosamine and N-acetylmuramic acid. मतलब एक NAM का स्ट्रक्चर एक NAC का स्ट्रक्चर, ये दोनों कोवेलेंटली बॉन्ड होगा एक दूसरे के साथ. कोवेलेंटली बॉन्ड्सों से बीच में हमारे पास छोटे छोटे अमाइनो एसिड्स के चेन होंगे, दो स्मॉल अमाइनो एसिड्स, and alternate NAG and NAM molecules, they will finally give a structure that is your outer peptidoglycan layer. So this is how a peptidoglycan structure will look like. This is your NAC molecule and acetylglucosamine. This is your NAM molecule and acetylmuramic acid. These are alternate, one NAC, one NAM, one NAC, one NAM. And these NAG and NAM, fibers of these NAG and NAM are being held together by small oligopeptide. That means small branches of amino acids. So this gives a kind of a mesh-like structure. So this is how in microscopic terms, when you will try to see. This is how you will find out bacterial cell wall, a peptidoglycan structure. This is your red one is N-acetylglucosamine, that is your NAC. and the blue one is N-acetyluramic acid. Oh wow. Now moving on to gram-positive cell wall. Usually they are thick, they are homogeneous in nature. We have already discussed, composed mainly of peptidoglycan. In the previous slide, we have said that the basic difference is presence huge amount of peptidoglycan and little amount of peptidoglycan. So it's like homogeneous. There is no haphazard shape, and the composition of peptidoglycan is in a much higher concentration. It accounts for nearly 50 to 90% of the whole cell wall, and large amount of teichoic acid is also present. This is again an important difference between gram-positive and gram-negative type of cells. So there is huge amount of teichoic acid present. These are basically polymers of glycerol. So this is how a gram-positive cell wall looks like. You have a teichoic acid layer, you have a peptidoglycan layer, and in between these peptidoglycan layer there is molecules of teichoic acid embedded in, and you have the cytoplasmic membrane, and here this is brown color, this is your cytoplasm. Fine. So peptidoglycan layer है, उसके बाद in between these embedded teichoic acid molecules, and there you have the cytoplasmic membrane system. After that you have the cytoplasm. So this is again trying to magnify the different components of the bacterial cell wall, that is of gram-positive type. So these are teichoic acid molecules, those elongated structures, rod-like structures, and this is your peptidoglycan layer, and this is your cytoplasmic membrane. That means first you have the cytoplasmic membrane, then you have the peptidoglycan layer, which is very much thick, constitutes nearly about 90% of the cell wall, and in between these peptidoglycan molecules there is embedded teichoic acid molecules. So these teichoic acid are connected to either by peptidoglycan or to the plasma membrane lipids. Both of these can be possible. This characteristic feature, it is absent in case of gram-negative type of bacteria. What are the functions of this teichoic acid? Is basically it is an antigenic determinant molecule. Antigenic determinant molecule, that means somehow those bacteriophages, they recognize these teichoic acid molecules, and they sits over there, and finally they try to transfer their genetic material. Teichoic acids are also responsible for transfer of magnesium molecules within the cell, and they regulate normal cell division. And this teichoic acid is a characteristic constituent of gram-positive type of cells. Moving on to gram-negative kind of bacterial cell wall. It's a multi-layered, you have already said, and it's a little bit of complex as compared to that of gram-positive bacteria. Gram-positive bacteria, very simple, cytoplasmic membrane, and then you have the peptidoglycan layer. In between those peptidoglycan layer you have the embedded teichoic acid molecules. Now this peptidoglycan layer of gram-negative bacteria is thin, and it comprises only 10% of the molecules. Earlier we have said that in case of gram-positive bacteria, the peptidoglycan constitutes around 90% of the cell wall. Here in case of gram-negative kind of bacteria, this peptidoglycan, it constitutes only 10% of the cell wall. So outer membrane lies outside the thin peptidoglycan layer. There's a small, again in addition to the cytoplasmic membrane, then you have the peptidoglycan layer. Over the peptidoglycan layer there is an outer membrane. This is very important, you have to understand it. So it is most abundant protein which is present in these layers is Brown's protein. Earlier we have said in case of gram-positive bacteria the protein is teichoic acid. So this is how a gram-negative cell envelope or a bacterial cell wall of gram-negative class looks like. So you have the cytoplasm over here, and this is your bilipid layer. and over the bilipid layer there is a small layer of peptidoglycan, that means consists of NAG and NAM molecules, and then you have another layer that is called as the outer layer. So this outer layer has lipopolysaccharides, it is also called as LPS, and moreover in addition to these it has proteins which are called as brown lipoproteins. So you have to remember presence of lipopolysaccharide, presence of Brown's protein, and very thin layer of peptidoglycans in addition to the plasma membrane system. So this is again a magnified structure, a diagram of how a gram-negative kind of bacterial cell wall looks like. So this is your lipopolysaccharide. This is again, it plays a very important role, and when you combine it with immunity or study of immune response, these acts as a large amount of antigens. So this is your outer layer of phospholipid, and this is your peptidoglycan layer, and this is your lipid bilayer. So periplasm, it is the space, it's somewhere here, it's the space between this membrane and the outer and the inner membrane, including the peptidoglycan. This whole area, it is called as the periplasmic space or the periplasm. So this periplasmic space, it acts as certain kind of storage kind of cells, or they are the sites of nutrient degradation, or they are the sites of cellular activities as well. So outer membrane, it consists of peptidoglycan surrounded by outer membrane of gram-negative kind of bacteria. Its outside leaflet is made up of lipopolysaccharides rather than phospholipids. Outer membrane main constituent molecule is lipopolysaccharides. For this reason, the outer membrane is also called as LPS or the lipopolysaccharide layer. Outer membrane function as a protective barrier and excludes many toxic compounds. So it again plays an important role for the protective mechanism of gram-negative kind of bacterial cells. So this lipopolysaccharide molecule, it is extremely important from medical standpoint of view. It consists of mainly three parts which are medically very important. So there is a lipid A embedded in the protein, there is a core polysaccharide molecule, there are presence of antigens. Now how they play a role in medical sciences is something like this, that this lipid A, chemical makeup of lipid molecule, its ability to recognize the presence of invading bacteria. Say for example, if some bacteria is coming inside your body, when a bacteria enters into your system, what happens that these lipid A molecules present over the gram-negative kind of bacteria, they recognizes these lipid A molecules. After recognition of these lipid A molecules, now the immune system will start generating immune response in the form of antibodies. So bacteria, gram-negative kind of bacteria नाम ऐसा infection छनका तो स्वी against la antibody generation छचिन lipopolysaccharide LPS layer पेनु protein का तो मत खुदे protein लगाता lipid A जैसे ठीक है. The lipid A during endotoxin की तरह भी काम करता है. मतीर गुया से वो toxicity भी create बचा. The toxicities वैसे sometimes कहता है fever, diarrhea and even sometimes in severe cases shock. O antigen कार्बोहाइड्रेट है जिसमें ग्लूकोज होता है, गैलेक्टोज होता, मैनोज होता एंड दूसरे अदर शुगर कॉम्बिनेशन होता. ठीक है. सो दीज ओ एंटीजन दे आर एबल टू रिएक्ट विद स्पेसिफिक एंटीबॉडीज के साथ वो रिएक्ट कर जाते हैं एंड दे आर ऑल्सो साइट्स अगेंस्ट विच इम्यून जनरेशन ऑकर्स and finally elimination of the bacteria can happen from the immune system. So this is all about structure of bacterial cell wall and a very basic difference between gram positive and gram negative kind of bacteria. Now this gram positive and gram negative bacteria can be differentiated by a very simple experiment of gram staining. So gram staining mein what we do, we'll first take a bacteria and we will make a smear of the bacteria. यहाँ पे स्लाइड है, दिस स्लाइड पे का दिस बैक्टीरिया स्मीयर चिक लेंजा. The bacteria smear po देखना आतिश we will fix it. This method is called as fixation. जब fixation बस क्या करना चाहिए because of heat fixation यहाँ से थोड़ा सा आतिश जरूर अच्छी हो जाए गर्म बचा गर्म बना दे सिमियर पौधे का परमानेंट बियर है ठीक है. तो this method is called as fixation. Now in the second step what we will do, we will use a stain which is called as crystal violet stain. Second method पे नतश्य बचा दीदी का स्टेन 1 2 3 ड्रॉप कतरा सुनता अच्छा क्रिस्टल वायलेट स्टेन का क्रिस्टल वायलेट स्टेन एक कतरा सुनबिक नासना 1 to 2 minutes के लिए अंदर जरूर जच्चिन ठीक है. We will allow it for 1 to 2 minutes and after that we will do washing. 2 times हम washing करेंगे. Just we will dip in a water in a beaker. 1-2 बार हम उसको थोड़ा सा rinse करेंगे and after this crystal violet stain what we will do, we will put iodine. अब दी crystal violet stain को अगर suppose नती लगा mix of 2 bacteria gram positive ना gram negative bacteria the crystal violet stain it pierces inside the cell cytoplasm. Cell cytoplasm in numbers pelleptin. And when we will treat it with iodine, this crystal violet it combines with iodine and form crystals. And now these crystals are unable to come out of the cell and they are retained within the cytoplasm. So after iodine, what we will do, we will give a washing of alcohol. 2 बार हम इसको थोड़ा सा water से wash करेंगे and then we will treat with alcohol. Ethanol से हम इसको थोड़ा सा treat करेंगे. When we will treat with ethanol, what happens? Those peptidoglycan layer which is very thin in case of gram negative kind of bacteria, they are all being washed away and the crystal violet stain which was present within the cytoplasm of these cells, they are being taken out. Now the moment they are being taken out, they become colorless and the bacteria that is positive kind of bacteria, gram positive bacteria, because of the presence of huge amount of peptidoglycan, the crystal violet is being retained within the cytoplasm. So it is being retained inside, and in case of gram negative bacteria, the crystal violet goes out and the cell is transparent. Fine. So in order to make visible this gram negative kind of bacteria into the simple microscope, what we will do, we will treat both of these cells with a counter stain which is called as safranin. Now this safranin, peptidoglycan, this safranin is unable to enter into the gram positive kind of bacterial cells, so they will appear blue, and when this safranin it enters gram negative kind of bacteria, they will appear pink in color or red in color. So in this way we can easily differentiate how a gram positive or a negative bacteria can be differentiated with the help of a small experiment of gram staining. ठीक है, बैक्टीरिया लेंचा स्मीयर चुचा, उसके बाद क्रिस्टल वायलेट ट्रीटमेंट तांचा देखना आते अल्कोहल ट्रीटमेंट तांचा सॉरी आयोडीन ट्रीटमेंट तांचा देखना अल्कोहल ट्रीटमेंट तांसना फाइनली सैफ्रनिन ट्रीटमेंट तांसना ते माइक्रोस्कोप अंडर ऑब्जर्व बचा नेगेटिव टाइप को आता मरपो थोंचिन पॉजिटिव टाइप को आता स्कूनपो थोंचिन ब्लू थोंचिन नमरन थोंचिन. ठीक है, so this is all about how you will differentiate between gram positive and negative kind of bacteria cell by staining and what are the different features of the cell wall of both these kind of cells. Thank you very much. Keep watching. Stay healthy. Thank you.